We are 58 days away from the new year, and that is when your employers will start paying into the Family and Medical Leave Insurance Program to help support you and your growing family. The program, also known as Family, requires employers' participation. Now, the really good news with this is in January of 2024, employees will be able to use the mandated program and leave being offered for the first time. Joining us today is Arledge, CEO and founder of Boldfront. And I know your organization is really big in this work as we get into 2024. Tell us how you're able to support new growing families.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
I
really appreciate it. And really what we're about at Boldfront Coaching and Consulting is helping organizations build thriving cultures. And so as you can imagine, when you are building a thriving culture, you need to make sure that you're enabling the people who work for you to be able to balance work and family. And so what's so great about this legislation is that now we have an opportunity, right, to, regardless of how big your company is or if you can personally afford it as an organization, to offer leave, not only just for the birth of a child, but for any of the circumstances that come up, you know, caring for an aging parent or a sick child or a sick spouse. And so, you know, we understand that there is an entire ecosystem that is required to support families, child care, insurance, all the things that make a thriving, healthy community. And what we found in our work was really just that working parents were struggling, really struggling, and they were struggling with the ins and outs of all the things that we worry about with insurance or medical leave and all that kind of stuff, but it was even beyond that. It was really about transition.
You know, it's so complicated, right? It's like, do I reach out to HR? What do I ask? What are my, you know, I mean, it really is a complicated process. And I think some people don't even realize the amount of tools and resources that are available to their disposal. And you're able to bridge that gap.
Yeah, and we really focused on what could we do to support HR systems and businesses? How could we make it turnkey for them to really be able to provide their employees with a really nice benefit that's cost effective, but also that the individuals could access. And so it's things like, you know, what kind of conversations do you need to have? How are you going to plan leaving the office? And more importantly, how are you going to plan coming back? And, you know, who do you need to engage in your support system? And we know that when we're thinking about our transitions, when we're planning, we feel more empowered. And so one of the things that we're really good at in our organization is helping people through life's transitions. And this is one of the major ones. And when we are balancing so many things, if we can have support and clarity about what we're trying to do, then we're just much more comfortable.
Yeah, but it seems like there are so many more tools at our disposal. The landscape is changing when it comes to supporting families and specifically parents in the workforce. And come 2024, it'll be a different landscape.
It will be, yeah. And I think that this will really allow people to worry less about the policy side of it because it will be, you know, table stakes at that point. And we can really think about, you know, how is leadership creating a parent positive culture? How are managers talking to their folks, right? And one of the things we saw, we did a bunch of interviews for the storytelling segment of our subscription-based model. And, you know, it was funny, we interviewed all these couples, and the women didn't cry, but all the men cried.
Really?
And they cried because, or teared up because they struggle. They struggle to find support. They are trying to be present as parents. Sometimes that's not necessarily understood in the workplace. So we're at this moment of like just massive change. And we know we need to support them. We need to, and really it's about emotional support, and along with all the other parts of the puzzle. And so we're really excited to be a part of that and think it could be a game changer for people feeling centered and ready to take on parenthood.
100%. As a parent, it makes me feel good to know that there are people like you with your organization doing the work with employers to make it a safer space, right?
Absolutely. And people can do it on their own if their employer if they happen to not do it. All right. So that's great. Yeah.
Lauren, thank you for the work that you're doing, and thank you for being here and sharing with us today.
Thank you for having me.
All right, guys, we will be right back.